Hello everyone! So in this video I'm going to focus on a couple of areas where I save and a couple of areas where I tend to splurge. So for a lot of you those will not be surprising in terms of the spending, but I thought it would be kind of interesting because everyone has different priorities when it comes to spending money and saving money. And so these are mine, good, bad, or ugly. I thought I would share them with you. I saw a post on this on Cupcakes and Cashmere, which is one of my favorite blogs to read, and I really enjoyed it, so I thought I would create a video version. If you would like this to be more of a tag, then it can also be that, and you are very welcome to either leave your answers in the comments down below or film a video as well, and then let us know that you filmed one in the comments down below so we can all go watch it too and find out where the differences lie between us in terms of spending and saving. So first of all, I guess it's only fair to tell you guys, and again, many of these will not be surprises, where I tend to splurge. So the first one, of course, and it has to be, is going to be handbags. I pretty much collect designer handbags now, so they are definitely something that I tend to splurge on. One of mine in terms of beauty is definitely now nails, which is kind of funny because for years I was definitely more on the save side for nails, and I always used to do my nails myself, mostly with drugstore products, but I found that I am so particular about my nails. It's actually really healthy for me to delegate that to someone, and that way it pretty much looks perfect until my next appointment. The big game changer for me came when I discovered Biosculpture gel. I've been getting a lot of questions about this, so I thought I would mention it in this video. So Biosculpture gel is just a Japanese UV gel, but it just seems to be a lot thicker and last a lot longer than most other types of gel, and so it lasts a full 3 weeks on me pretty much until it grows out, and I'm very much obsessed with it. I go to a really cute little Japanese salon on Thurlow. In terms of addresses, I will link down below or list everything down below that I mentioned. Something else that I tend to splurge on is Blow-Dries. I definitely wash my hair myself most of the time still. Here in Canada, it's hard to find kind of affordable places to get your hair blown out. There's not that many options, but we do finally have a dry bar in Nordstrom, and I do really love it. Whenever I do have something special on the radar, whether it be like a date or a wedding or something like that, I do go to dry bar, and it costs me almost $50 or thereabouts, and it's really crazy to spend that on getting your hair washed, so it's definitely a splurge. But it looks so good and voluminous, and for me it lasts over 5 days, so it's kind of a treat week whenever I get that, and I ask for a Cosmo with extra volume in case you're interested. And then I would say my other biggest splurges, and this is very general, I know, but it obviously varies, would be anything that really saves me time. So if I'm going to take a vacation, I would hopefully take a direct flight. I don't like doing a lot of stopovers, even if it's a little bit cheaper. I find that money is really well spent because I only have pretty limited vacation time. And then the final two things that I would say I splurge on would be my club membership. I'm a member of like a private members club, which sounds really fancy, but actually it's just somewhere that has really great food and has a really great gym that has classes that I really enjoy. So overall, actually, it's a pretty similar price to what you would pay for a really nice gym, but they have walk-in classes where I can just go a couple times a week, and I've gotten to know the people and the trainer, and I really enjoy it. I know a lot of you guys ask me about what I do fitness wise, and that's kind of what I do. I find classes really motivating, so that's kind of something that I like to splurge on, and I feel like it's money really well spent. Of course, the ultimate one that I would be very naughty if I didn't mention would be rent, because it's something that everybody here in Vancouver spends a lot of money on, whether it's your rent or your mortgage. Property here is so expensive, so it's something that we splurge on every month, and it's just a part of life if you want to live here that you have to suck up, but it's beautiful and I love it here, so I continue to happily kind of splurge on that while whining like everyone else does, and that is something that isn't necessarily the case everywhere, but definitely is the case here. So those are my splurges. For the most part, they don't need too much explanation because whenever I splurge, I'm pretty much accountable to you guys. You see all of it in my hauls, so if you want to see those, then just check out my hauls playlist, because all of the things that I splurge on are pretty much included in that. Where I definitely save is cable, so I don't have cable, I don't have anything except for Netflix, and I actually share a Netflix subscription subscription with my mom. We both have it and it seems to work for both of us on one account, and that's it. That's all I got. I really don't find that I watch that much TV. I'm really busy with my teaching and my YouTube and my upcoming jewelry line, so all of that keeps me so busy that I pretty much will just watch a show occasionally while I do something, or clean or cook or whatever, and that's pretty much about it. And that has really saved me a ton of money. I don't have a landline either, I just have a cell phone, but that's really it. So I've really tried to cut down my bills. I don't have a lot of subscriptions. I don't have a lot of any of those things that occur regularly on your credit card. I found that eliminating those is really key. So I really just have like very basic bills like internet and hot water and cell phone bill, and that's it. That really recurs consistently on my credit card, and that really helps me to save a lot and be able to kind of build up funds for my next luxury purchase if I am in that moment and looking to do that, or save otherwise in terms of a someday down payment for a property purchase, because that's a goal here in Vancouver that takes like a lifetime now. Now, some things that might surprise you in terms of areas where I save would be, so let's start with beauty. So obvious things that I really kind of save quite a bit on would be coloring my hair. I don't color my hair. It's my natural color. I haven't touched it in about a decade now, so it's fully like grown out natural, and my intention is to continue to do that until I start to get gray hairs, and then I will definitely need to get it fixed one way or another, because I think I'll want to continue having non-gray hair for a while. But other than that, I really pretty much get a haircut every 3 months or 2.5 months. I don't get every 6-week haircuts because my hair is long. I actually like to let it grow out until I feel like it's damaged or has lost its shape quite a bit, and so I pay about $80 every 3 months on haircuts, and that's it. Other than my blow-dry expenses, I don't color it, I don't do anything else to it, I don't chemically treat it. I just buy pretty straightforward shampoo and conditioner, and I'm still using my GHDs to style my hair every couple of days, and these are really old now. They're like 5 or 6 years old, I think, and they're still going strong. So that's definitely something that doesn't cost me too much at all. As I don't own a car, I pretty much take public transport everywhere, but actually I would say about 85% of the time I just walk. I live downtown and work downtown, and so I occasionally will take the SkyTrain. We have passes here that you can use for that and reload, and I just have one of those, and that is it. And it seems to work for me and has worked for me since I've been living and working in downtown Vancouver. Another thing that I do myself is I do my own brows, and some of my friends really love getting their brows done, and it's something that they really enjoy and feel like is money well spent. And then I feel like other friends just have such horror stories, so I've always erred on the side of doing it myself with tweezers. Just get a good pair of Tweezerman tweezers and just kind of touch it up every day, and I feel like that gives me a lot of control about how my brows look. They tend to grow in really fast, so I'd have to get appointments all the time and spend quite a lot of money on it if I was going to get it done. And I just feel like this way, if my brows look bad and I over tweeze, it's my fault, and I only have myself to blame, and I kind of know how to fix it and fill it in myself, and I just find that that works for me. And then something that I feel like I also generally save on is just kind of weekends, because I don't feel like I do anything that expensive. Even though I like buying expensive clothes and accessories, most of the things I enjoy are actually pretty cheap to do. Just kind of like cook at home, have friends over. If I go out, it's nothing usually terribly fancy. I like picnics, I like going for walks, riding a bike around the seawall, going for hikes. All of those things are either very inexpensive or free, and those are just kind of the things I enjoy. So I guess I'm lucky that way, in that my hobbies don't tend to be very expensive, in the way I kind of tend to enjoy my time. So that's a kind of save area. If you can find enjoyable, cheap things to do, then that's an easy way to kind of cut expenses. And then I think my final save area that I know can be a little bit controversial nowadays, because everybody is all about minimalism and getting rid of stuff, but I find if you keep things, as long as they're things that you really love, and just kind of save them. If you have a storage locker, I have one of those that I kind of put things in and just kind of store everything really carefully and be organized. Keeping things over the years can really save you a lot of money because all trends come back. A lot of clothing items, it might not be that you don't love it if you haven't worn it for a while, it might just be that you're bored with it. So if you put it aside for a little while and then pull it back out, it's pretty much like shopping your own closet, and I find that really exciting. You can also trade clothing items with friends. I've started doing that a little bit more, and I just find actually that sometimes minimalism can be a very expensive way to live, and my way tends to be to just kind of cherish things that you love. Home decor wise as well, you can just kind of have items that you switch around. Like for me, that tends to be blankets or throw pillows, and as long as you save those items and take good care of them, then it's something that you can continuously shop from and end up saving money on, because you're essentially pulling out items that you have already kind of put equity into. I do very little dry cleaning for a professional. I dry clean my full suits and just a couple of dresses in my wardrobe occasionally. If they have deodorant stains, I tend to just kind of clean those myself, and I won't get it dry cleaned until I feel like it really needs it, and I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a trip to the dry cleaner every 2 months or so, and it'll be like 3 or 4 items, and I find that so expensive that I end up kind of looking for ways to do cleaning myself. And there are lots of solutions available now. You can buy those sheets that you put in the wash and just kind of dry clean at home, or you can just kind of do what I do, which is the old-fashioned hand washing way, and I actually find that it tends to save my clothing a lot more and result in something that looks a lot less worn. So I'll wash all of my cashmere myself with baby shampoo or some other gentle knitwear cleanser in the sink, and then flat dry it, and that saves me so much money, because if I were to dry clean or professional clean all of those items, it would end up being very expensive, because I do have a very large knitwear collection. So buy things that are washable in the first place. No matter the price point, I find that just kind of quickly checking tags can add to how informed your purchase is, because if something is $100 and you can wash it yourself over its life versus something being $50 and you have to dry clean it, actually the $50 item is going to end up being more expensive, because at least here in Vancouver, even the cheapest dry cleaner, like no frills dry cleaner, is going to be about $20 per item every single time. So same thing with shoes. If a shoe has a block heel versus a spike heel or a stiletto, you will actually end up spending a lot more money on the stiletto than you will on the block heel. So that's something that you can factor into your purchase, and you can decide how much you want it and whether it's really going to bring you that much more joy to have the item that will need more professional care. So those are kind of my tips and philosophies on where I save and splurge. Please let me know yours down below. I find these kinds of issues really interesting, and I think it's really important to talk about things like that on YouTube, not just the pretty fun things, but also where we kind of make our choices fashion, style, and life-wise. So I'm just kind of thinking about making a few more of these types of videos, so please let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!